Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to my review on Doctor Who Series 7. So Series 7 was broadcast from the 1st of September 2012 down to the 25th of December 2013. Yes, I do class, the Snowmen and of course Dave the Doctor and Tom the Doctor as all part of Series 7. I really do. So Series 7, so it's split into two parts, so I'm going to talk about part 1 first as a whole and what I think of it, and then talk about part 2. So part 1, we've got Asylum with the Daleks, we've got dinosaurs on the spaceship, a town called Mercy, a Power Free, and of course the Angels take Manhattan. So we've got the Return of the Daleks, so we've got the Return of the Weeping Angels. Asylum with the Daleks, I've already done my review on, so check that out if you want to talk about if you want me to talk about that. If I was going to say what's the strongest episode out of these 5, it's got to be A Town Called Mercy, because I really love that episode. It's one of my favourite episodes from the 11th Doctor's era. I love the gunslinger. I love Jax. He's absolutely a brilliant character. Honestly, it's just phenomenal. I just absolutely love it. The one thing I have to admit is literally, it's brilliant. Honestly, A Town Called Mercy is the best episode. Even though Power of Free and, of course, Dinosaurs on the Spaceship has Arthur Weasley's actor, I can't remember his name at the moment, who plays Ron Weasley's dad in Harry Potter, from the Chamber of Secrets down to the Deadly Hallows. From Deadly Hallows for Harry Potter. So I do like the way we kind of got that famous actor to come in and play Rory's father in Series 7. I really do like the way how he portrays Rory's dad. It's brilliant. Amy and Rory do leave. They get sat back in time after an event with the Weeping Angels that really caused a massive paradox thing. It's just brilliant. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, I do recommend The Angels Take Manhattan. Honestly, it's just pure goldness. Just pure goldness. I really do. Because that's my favourite episode out of Series 7 Part 1, followed by A Town Called Mercy, Asylum with the Daleks, where the two really weak ones are literally Dinosaurs on the Spaceship and the Power of Free. Okay, the Power of Free is the year of the slow invasion with the invasion cubes. So that's what I'm going to say about that one. Then, of course, after that, after the Amy and Rory leave and everything, we go into the Snowman, which is the return of the Great Intelligence since 1967/1968, in 2 stories in Doctor Who's 5th season, starring Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, aka the Abominable Snowman, and of course the Web of Fear. So we got the return of Great Intelligence. We have Richard D. Grant, and I love Richard D. Grant. And honestly, Richard D. Grant is just one of those actors. It's just brilliant. I mean, he's brilliantly in Loki season 1. I really love Richard D. Grant as a variant of Loki. So to actually have him as Dr. Cillian, and then of course the Great Intelligence takes over Cillian's body, and Richard D. Grant becomes the Great Intelligence, and of course we have Sir Ian McNally, something like that, doing the actual voice of the Great Intelligence. I love it. I love the way how he meets a variant of Clara, and then of course she dies because of the Ice Lady by falling off the Doctor's cloud. Yeah, the Doctor is basically living on a cloud, sulking after the events of the Angels Take Manhattan. So, what does he do when he's sulking? Well, we got a whole new TARDIS console. So, really, the 11th Doctor rips out the entire whole console and rebuilds a new console in the space of an episode. So, yeah, we do kind of have that with the 11th Doctor kind of moaning and dropping, and he literally just rips out his Series 5 and 6 console and just gets a brand new console room. I really do enjoy this Christmas special. It's one of my favourite ones for the 11th Doctor. Talking about Series 7 Part 2 now. So what can I say about Series 7 Part 2? Well, episodes-wise, we've got The Bells of St. John, we have The Rings of Akated, we've got Cold War, High, Journey Centre to the TARDIS, The Crimson Horror, Nightmare in Silver, and The Name, Day, and Time of the Doctor. So The Bells of St. John, I really enjoy that one because it's basically Jenna Coleman's full-on first appearance as Clara before she jumps into Doctor's Time Stream in Name of the Doctor. I do really enjoy The Bells of St. John, plus the Great Intelligence is the villain yet again, a story after the Snowman, where basically he's draining the minds of people, so they end up dying because he literally basically just rinks an internet, invades the internet, and basically sticks his ends up absorbing the minds of the humans. And he tries it with Clara, but the 11th Doctor basically gets Clara back by twice, actually, because he activates the spoon head with the sonic screwdriver and he frees it, and then he uses a laptop to try and stop it from happening. And then again, you do kind of have a lot going on with this episode. And of course, the Doctor asks Clara, why'd you have a leaf? And she goes, that's not a leaf. That's page 1. I really like the way the Doctor goes, an impossible girl. Who are you? Now, talking about the Rings of Akaten, this one, it's really, really bad. But the only good thing about it, I have to admit, is the singing of the long song. Plus, the 11th Doctor mentions everything that he's done in his timeline, from his first to his current incarnation, where he's like, I walked in universes where the laws of physics were devised by the mind of a mad man, aka a callback to Omega in the Three Doctors. And I watched universes freeze and creations burn. I have seen things you wouldn't believe. I have lost things you will never understand. And I know things, secrets that will never be spoken. So I do really enjoy that speech, but the rest of it is just like really, really boring. Again, I like the fact the Doctor mentions his granddaughter Susan for the first time since the Dalek invasion. Well, I have to admit, it's the first time since, really, the 5 Doctors. Yeah, since the 5 Doctors when the 5th Doctor met Susan. So we kind of have that going for it with the mention of Susan, but it's okay-ish, really. Cold War. The Return of the Ice Warriors. Skelnek is a brilliant Ice Warrior. I honestly love this one. David Warner is in this one. Now, if you don't know who David Warner is, David Warner plays a version of the Doctor in the Unbound universe for Big Finish. So that's how I know him from, because I listened to a bit of Unbound before I actually watched this episode in 2013, and I didn't click until recently. Plus, David Warner was in Star Trek, in Star Trek 5, Star Trek 6, and of course he was in Star Trek Next Generation, Chain of Command as well. But I honestly have to admit, I absolutely love the way David Warner plays his character, like Dancing with the Wolf, and of course, like with that song, and then the Ice Warrior out of its casing for the first time in Who history. Brilliant stuff, Moffat. You did good there. Hyde. I do like Hyde. I like how we got a parallel pocket universe. The 11th Doctor basically jumps into it, trying to rescue that woman who's in danger, and you kind of got that alien creature, and the Doctor realizes that one's in the actual building and one's in the universe, and basically Clara has to find the ties back through the pocket universe and rescue the two of them again, really rescuing the Doctor again. Journeying to the center of the TARDIS. I'm gonna skip this one completely because it's not a brilliant episode. I'm sorry to say it, because the Doctor's turned off all of the TARDIS major powers, so systems, so Clara can pilot the TARDIS, and as soon as she touches the console, they get hit by a magmatron, and these kind of wreckage people try and think it's, you know, something good, but they're going to throw it back into space anyway. And the TARDIS really died because the engines of the TARDIS did blow up, and the Doctor basically ends up going back in time, throwing it through and reverting the whole course of the actual event. So yeah, you know, yeah. The Crimson Horror, my favourite episode. That's the second part of Series 7. I absolutely love this one, the Crimson Horror. I love the fact we're in Victorian Yorkshire. Clara's there again, like in Victorian outfits. I like Madame Gilliflower. She's an absolutely brilliant villain, and I like her daughter Ada. Honestly, this episode is just brilliant. Mr. Sweet, I think he's fantastic as a Pyrrhic parasite from the Pyrrhic age, from the dinosaur age. And of course, the Silurians know it, and the way Madame Fastra, Jenny, and Strax are in this episode as well. Strax gives me something more to laugh about, because when they're literally there and you're about to have Mrs. Gilliflower's kind of minions bet to attack the Doctor and Jenny, and Fastra and Strax just comes through running and he shouts, "Sultaha!" And I like the way, I really do like the way how Strax is, and then she goes, "Have you been eating Mrs. Jenny's sweets?" And he went, "No." Go outside. "But madam," I love the way how he talks to the horse as well, where the horse got lost and he goes, "Horse, you have failed in your mission. I have to kill you, and I'm not even hungry." I really love Strax. And then, of course, when he's at the top and Madame Mrs. Gilliflower's there with the gun, and he goes, "Don't move, you human scum." I just honestly love the Crimson Horror. It's a great Parnosta Gang episode. The 11th Doctor is just brilliant. I love the way how he mentions Braveheart Clara, where the Fifth Doctor says Braveheart to Tegan. So I do like that little callback to the Fifth Doctor. And then, of course, Clara gets found out by the children she's looking after, Angie and Artie. And they go onto an adventure in the next story to Hedrick's World, where basically Hedrick's World is basically a cyber planet. And, of course, the Doctor gets infected by the cyber planet by using cybermites. And Hedrick basically does get partly converted, not fully converted. Yeah, it's a bit stupid. We've got a Cyberman that can actually like speed walk and run and take the head off and stuff, which is something the Cybermen really never do. The thing is though, Moffat's kind of turned the Cybermen into robotics, and they're like robots instead of Cybermen, because Cybermen have human remains. That's why we never see them take their heads off before, and the super speed and everything. It's just like, you've ruined the Cybermen. Honestly, Moffat did ruin the Cybermen in this. And then, of course, when they get electrocuted by the cables, and then they just go, upgrade in progress. The only good thing about this one I really enjoy is the Doctor and Clara's chemistry with the two kids. I kind of like how you have Porridge in this one, who's basically a king and he's running from his own people. And then, of course, we kind of have that little clips to the Cyber Tombs when they're glitchy waking up, which is something... It really reminds me of the Tomb of the Cybermen, that scene does. And that's why I just really love that scene. So, talking about the Doctor trilogy now, where we get to the name, day, and time of the Doctor. So, the name of the Doctor, we go to Translaw, a place the Doctor must not go, which is basically is where he dies in his future. Because the Great Intelligence wants to kill the Doctor for all his interference in the Great Intelligence plan. And, of course, the Doctor basically files all of the plans and... He wants to kill the Doctor by jumping into his time stream. We open up to Clara basically in the Doctor's time stream. At first we got the second Doctor running in his fur coat. We got clips of the first Doctor where she's talking to him, saying to the TARDIS, goes, Doctor, what? Yes, what is it? Don't steal that TARDIS, steal this TARDIS. I really do enjoy the little clips of previous Doctors, and the way that was done really well, really brilliantly well done. I just loved how that was done in the name of the Doctor. And then, of course, at the end of the name of the Doctor, we meet a secret incarnation of the Doctor, one we never even knew about, which was aka the War Doctor, played by John Hurt. So we had no idea that the Doctor had a secret incarnation. So then, jumping into the 50th anniversary day of the Doctor, so we've got the Doctor and Clara. Clara's teaching at Coal Hill School. Really, that's the thing, because Coal Hill School does have a big history in Doctor Who, because we see it in The Unearthly Child, we see it in Remembrance of the Daleks, and then, of course, we see it in this episode, and then, of course, we just basically see it in Series 8. So we do go to Coal Hill School. I have to admit, I do really enjoy Coal Hill. I have to admit, I do like the 50th anniversary. I love the fact we've got time streams opening up in the Doctor's future. We've got Unit, we have Kate Stewart again. We've got the proper return of the Zygons. So we've got the return of the Zygons. We've got Daleks. We see a bit about the Time War, the final day of the Time War with the War Doctor, played by the amazing John Hurt. John Hurt is just brilliantly as the War Doctor. If you haven't seen Day of the Doctor, I do highly recommend it because it is just superb. It is superb. The Day of the Doctor is honestly the best Doctor Who multi-Doctor story for modern Who, where for me to say for classic it's got to be the 5 Doctors. I really did enjoy watching this episode, and then of course when all 13 Doctors come back to save Gallifrey, I just honestly love Day of the Doctor, and I love the way we have Tom Baker's return as the creator. So yeah, we do have that. Then the final of the story, which is basically the time of the Doctor. So what can I say about it? We got the mysterious message spreading through all time and space. Clara rings the Doctor saying, emergency, you're my boyfriend. The Doctor goes, oh, ding dong, okay, I will glance at a manual. She goes, no, you're not actually my boyfriend. And he goes, oh, this conversation is a bit of a roller coaster. So I do kind of like that for the beginning. And then of course when she rings him, she goes, where are you? I'm doing Christmas dinner. He goes, I'm being shot at by Cybermen. Oh, can you not do both? Oh, why not? I love the fact we go to the church and we get the return of the Silence, and we basically find out who destroyed the TARDIS in Series 5 in the Pandora Cut opens. That it was actually the Kavarian chapter, and they basically raised River to try and kill the Doctor, and the Doctor goes, I totally married her. The way the Doctor just brags, I totally married her. And it's just like, what? I really love that way. I totally married her. I really do like the time of the Doctor for that. Tasha Lem as an actual character, she's actually good. The fact that the Doctor knows her, she goes, hey babes, is that a new body? Give me a toy. Goes, oh, this thing, I've been rocking it for centuries. It's just like, okay, you've introduced a new character, which we've got no idea who she's from. Everything's just thrown into this Christmas special, because Moffat thought he had Matt Smith for a whole other series, but no, because Matt Smith said, I'm leaving at the end of this year in the Christmas special, Moffat had to throw everything into one special instead of having a whole series. So we have the return of the Time Lords for the cracking time. We've got the Doctor going old on Trenzalore. We've got some returning villains like Daleks, Cybermen, a wooden Cybermen. We've got Santarans. We have some really like odd dimensions to the Draconians. There's a whole book where the Autons invade at one point, called the Tales Doctor Who: The Trials of Trenzalore, which I don't own. And of course, it has the Mara basically invading the planet as well. So yeah. And then of course, with the 11th Doctor dying, and it's just the Daleks. And then of course, he gets a whole new regeneration cycle thanks to Clara. And he ends up regenerating from the big build, from the big, like the whole tower of the church. He ends up regenerating, and yeah, really that basically just happens. He just ends up regenerating. Going back to the TARDIS, he rings Clara before he goes off to regenerate, telling her that the next version of him does actually need her, which we don't find out until Deep Breath in series 8. But he's gone back to his younger self, not the older self. So he literally reverts back to the younger body, said goodbye to Clara and the viewers, and he goes, I'll always remember when the Doctor was me. And then literally a snap of the fingers, we go to Peter Capaldi. And his final line is literally, first whole line is, goes, kidneys, I got new kidneys. I don't like the colour. He goes, well, what's happening? He's Clara's not saying that, and the Doctor goes, oh, we're probably crashing. He goes, just one question. Do you know how to fly this thing? And I love the way how Capaldi's like that, and then you go to the credits, which is the last time we kind of see the Series 7B titles. So that's so talking about that. So Series 7 for me, it's a brilliant series. I've loved Series 7. It's a great series. It's absolutely cracking. It's brilliant. It's got some good moments in it. Even though some stories are singular episodes, where some are connected, like some of the Daleks is connected, the Snowman's connected, and of course we've got all the Series 7B kind of like connecting as well to the whole point with Clara in the Doctor's time stream. Day of the Doctor for me has got to be the best episode in Series 7. For me to say what my top 5 episodes are for Series 7, it's got to be Day of the Doctor, Name of the Doctor, Crimson Horror, the Snowman, and of course The Town Called Mercy. That's my 5 favourite episodes of Series 7. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of Doctor Who Series 7? Is it a series that you really enjoy? Is it a series that you do not enjoy? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What really, let me know what your opinion is on Series 7 as a whole. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. And just carry on being magnificent human beings. And thank you to everybody that's given me such fantastic positive comments, that all the likes, all the shares, and all the subscribers, because you really are making my day, and you all are just fantastic, and I just can't thank you all enough. So thank you for watching, and have a cracking day.